And now we come to applying this metaphor in general to the three specific donkeys, chamorim, or levels to which materiality can bring us to an infinite ascent, as represented by the donkey of Abraham, the donkey of Moses, and the donkey of the Messiah. In the case of Abraham, he only put his instruments and objects, the knife and the wood, on the donkey. He didn't actually ride upon it. In the case of Moses, we discover that he didn't ride either, but he put on it his wife and his sons. Ultimately, it is the Messiah himself who will ride on the donkey. What are these three periods? Abraham came before the giving of the Torah. He represents that stage, which, as we know, was a stage where physicality and spirituality could not be truly fused together. And hence, Abraham did not himself ride on the donkey. The individual couldn't be fully elevated through the material in the time period of Abraham. It could only help us in our spiritual service, as represented by putting on it the objects that he needed, the wood and the knife. Moses, however, was going to be the giver of the Torah, which will make possible and obligatory this fusion of materiality and spirituality. And hence, a true elevation to the individual can now begin to come about through the materiality. And hence, his wife, who the Talmud tells us is just like the person, and surely his sons, who are an extension of the person, are already riding on the donkey themselves. Because now we are approaching the time as we get ready to leave Egypt and receive the Torah, that we are going to fuse and join together material and spiritual. But yet, by the giving of the Torah, it is only the beginning of this process. And we need to finish it and refine the entire world. At that point, this process is not only possible, this process of fusing spiritual and material will not only have begun, but at a certain point, that mission becomes completed. And that is the moment when the world is transformed in its entirety, and then the divine presence, the Shekhinah, can dwell on earth, and that is nothing other than the time when the days of the Messiah can be ushered in. And hence we have the Messiah representing this culmination of that process by himself riding on the donkey. And so, my friends, we continue this process in our lives, taking material objects and using them and transforming them for a spiritual purpose, hence refining them. And when this process is completed, we will all welcome the Messiah, who will ride on a donkey, and we will follow him into Jerusalem and to the temple and to that period of universal peace, harmony, health, and prosperity. Shabbat Shalom.